Thursday night, maybe. Yeah, it would have had to have been Thursday night because I was coaching on Friday. So anyway, it's been a while, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Couple, 2 or 3 days here. So let me get this set up and we'll be on our way. Panagon, I hope you've had a good weekend. It's been a good one around here. A little bit rainy, but otherwise not half bad. It's supposed to start snowing tonight, and we'll get maybe our first snowstorm of this late fall coming in possibly as early as tomorrow. So we'll see. We've had a few things up in the mountains, a few storms up there, in the high country, but nothing that's made it down quite as far as where we are right now, about 5,000 feet or so. Parking brake is set. Looks like everything else is off like it should be. We're getting ready to do a flight out of Bradley. Very nice, very nice. Great place, great area. I love the Boston Virtual Airspace, without a doubt. One of my favorite places to fly. No question about it. Strobies on. Got everything kind of load up here. Full rich, powerful forward. And cancel the alarms. Get this. I think we're filled to the tabs. Yep, that's what it looks like to me as well. Enter that. And okay, I think it's not super cold here, so we'll just do a real quick prime. It's like a 1-second prime there. One thing I noticed is I've been over priming this engine. It's taken a little bit extra long to start as a result. Although the one thing that I've also noticed is it takes a heck of a lot longer to motor this sucker and get it going. I mean, you can actually let it motor for up to 15 seconds before you actually have to turn off the ignition. So we'll see how we do here with just a little short prime. And now I've got the throttle just cracked. Gonna get the mags ready to go. We're gonna put it on prime. Sorry, we're gonna put it on boost, and we're gonna see how long it takes us to get started. Clear prop. Oh, holy moly! That's the fastest I've ever started that sucker. Let's monitor the engine parameters here. Make sure we've got everything we need. Electrical, power RPM. Oil pressure's good. Fuel or the oil temp will come up. We'll let it warm up a little bit there and get ready to go. That SR22 is ready to roll. Panagon. Yeah, I really truly do think I've been just over priming that thing, and it just takes a while to basically you just flood the engine. You've got to motor it 10-15 seconds, and sometimes it just takes a while. So less is more, I think, what I'm learning here. All right, let's turn the gens and avionics on, and turn the boost pump off at this point in time. I will clean the mixture just so we can maybe help warm this engine up just a little bit. All right, flight plan has been sent. Here is what I am thinking, by the by. And let's just take a peek here. We're going to do a little VFR route again, just off the west coast. We're going to try to stay out here over the ocean and attempt to just bypass all of the class. Well, there's LA class Bravo, and then there's a couple other little class Deltas. We will have to talk to Santa Barbara when we get a little bit closer. It's class Charlie. But I feel like if we can use some radio navigation, we might be able to steer clear of everything. Plus, I haven't done a lot of radio navigation in this plane, so I've used the Magenta line quite a bit. But I'm going to tune the Santa Catalina VOR, and I'm going to shoot outbound on a 295. And I'm going to come up here and I'm going to try to tune in the Gaviota VOR. And the reason why I'm picking those two is because it'll keep me on this little airway. This what is this? The Tango 261 airway. and as you can see, it keeps me well clear of basically of everything. I do intersect the class Bravo here, the LA class Bravo, but I'm going to be up at 8,500, so I'll be okay. I'll be able to not. I don't want to talk to ATC tonight, although we will monitor them and just make sure that we're in the right spot. By the way, I've got some new sounds. Let's try this first one. And of course,
Papa, you forgot the mitt again.
I was able to get the junior first officer in the Melvin Leroy recording studios and get a few new sounds recorded, so I'm pumped about that. 0.34 wasn't ready to be hearing about the snow yet. Yeah, me either, man. I was hoping for another couple of weeks here with football season going on and us coaching, and not quite ready to be out in that stuff. But I think it's not going to be horrible. 3 to 6 inches is predicted, but I think that's going to be higher up in the mountains than where we are. So, yeah, I'm not really even thinking I'm going to have to break the snow shovel out tomorrow morning, but I guess we'll see. That might be something we're looking at. All right, we just about have the oil pressure up, or the oil temperature up where we need it. And there's our friend
Fixie.
Good Fixins checking in. Good evening, Brett. Great to see you. Happy Sunday, my friend.
Welcome to Pop Culture.
Hey, we've got Mitch Ruck 0513 pressing that follow button. I really appreciate that. And that's my grandson, by the way, Mitch, saying hello. And welcome. And we do a little toast, a little skull, every time you activate his sound commands, because it makes me miss him just a little bit less than I did before. All right, I don't even need the timer then, do I? Heck no, I don't. But what I do need to do is set my transponder to VFR, and it's on right now. And so we're going to turn the CDI over to localizer 1 mode, and I'm going to tune in Santa Catalina, which is 1140. Maybe it's over here. Like I say, I haven't done this much, so I'm looking forward to trying this. This is such a super advanced avionics package that it's just like you don't even think about flying Slant Alpha, which is not technically what we are, but we're doing a little bit of that, and it's good to stay current in that, honestly. And this is a plane I use to actually stay current in Slant Gulf navigation, Slant Gulf equipment. But all right, but I got that tuned in. So again, the idea here, just to stay clear, we don't really need this to go from point A to point B, but I think it's going to help us just stay clear. I'm going to set the course knob to 295 outbound, which I think we're pretty close. Let me see if I can spin it the right way here. Yep, golly, I went too far. 295 outbound. There we go. And is that going to be correct? Is that going to be correct? 295, it'll be outbound. Yeah, I think it's going to be just fine. The altimeter, what do we have for an altimeter? Do I have an altimeter out here yet? It doesn't look like I do, so let's just go to the elevation. The field elevation is 1,602 feet, so it looks like we maybe need to spin this down a little bit. 1,600. Right about there, 29903, almost just standard pressure. We're not flying any kind of a departure here. Hey, Kenny Monster's here. And welcome, Ken. Skull. We're getting the whole gang here on a Sunday night. That's cool. That's way cool. What was I going to do? Oh, I was going to set my altitude right up to 8,500. Altimeter is set. Transponder is set. The winds are... I don't know what the winds are doing here. Do I have a windsock anywhere? I know this is a little bit of kind of cheating. So I can't tell. Can't tell if I have a windsock anywhere. About running out of daylight here, honestly. Thought I'd be going a little sooner than I am right now. Let's see what windy.com has to say here. about the winds. Looks like the winds are coming out of the north. Okay, very cool. So we're going to plan a departure to the... It's going to be a little crosswind situation here, isn't it? So Catalina's runway orientation is 4 and 22. Runway 4 it is. So I think what I need to do is just go left, back taxi over to there, and we'll be in good shape. All right, radios are set. Nav radios are set. Let's get the regular radio set. 1950 is LA Center. We're going to set this over on COM 2. And again, we're just going to be monitoring this just to make sure there's nothing that's going on we need to know about. Okay, so there's 1950. And I need to be able to set that to just monitor. So that's that. Okay, so I'm transmitting on COM 1 and I'm monitoring COM 2. All right, that's that. That's radio set. I believe we're ready to go here. Kenny said, my buddy said it was an interesting ending to the Vikings game. Ooh, I didn't see that. I watched my Broncos get beat. They almost came back and won it. That would have been a nice one to get on the road, even though Pittsburgh is, 1-3 coming in. Going to Three River Stadium and beating Ben Roethlisberger is hard to do. They weren't quite able to get it done, unfortunately. So, getting an anti-ice level warning. I didn't check that, I guess, before I hopped in. Hopefully we won't run into any storms along the way. It's pretty nice, really, honestly. We don't say the name that shall not be spoken. I thought that was Brady. Santa Catalina traffic, Cirrus November 11816 is taxiing to runway 4 on Alpha, Santa Catalina. Down we go. Down we go. A little differential braking. It's going to be the jerkiest taxi of the day, probably, you're watching here. But, you know, what the heck. The plan is to take it to Santa Barbara, and then if we are able, we're going to just make a quick turnaround and come right back here and try to execute an out and back type of deal. Hopefully the weather will cooperate and we'll be good to go. I think I'm here. Yep, right up here. Kind of tough to see with the sun. Yeah, there we go. Let's hold here. Nobody on final. Let's do a quick before takeoff checklist. All right, the caps handle. Does not work for me. You're supposed to be able to take the pin out. And I never am able to do that. So we kind of just pretend that that's a done deal just in case we need it. Air conditioner as desired. And again, I kind of have just set for medium right now, honestly. And we'll just do a little bit of airflow there just to get things going. Fuel quantity, we are at caps. So yeah, about 2/3 full. I will go ahead and turn that over to the other side just to make sure that both tanks are functional. We will put the fuel pump on to boost. Mixture is as required. We're going to leave it full rich for this takeoff, and then we'll lean as we climb. Flaps are set to 50%. And we're going to check to make sure that's happening. Yes, indeed. In fact, we're going to go all the way fully extended. Okay, good. Fully retracted. And perfect. And then down to 15% for takeoff. Transponder needs to go to ALT. Currently on. I think it flips over automatically for us, but we'll go ahead and do that. Spin it up to 1700. Let's just check and make sure that all the engine parameters are in the green. Looks good. So we're not creeping ahead, are we? Nope. Engine temperatures are good. I don't know what it's talking about. Anti-icing levels are in great shape. Oxygen is good. EGTs are good. Fuel quantity is good. Electrical volts all good. Oil PSI and temps are good. We're nice and warmed up. Yeah, that looks fantastic. Power back to 1,000. We're going to set the trim for takeoff. By the way, I think Brett Good Fixins Leonberger was the one who showed me how to do this. I looked all over on this stinking plane for the trim indicator. And then we're going to go ahead, even though it's nice weather, we're going to go ahead and put the pitot heat on. We're going to put the nav lights, landing lights on as well. We won't do anything else here. And we are ready to rock and roll. They don't even know how to spell anti-ice in California. Kenny, it was the Steelers that the Broncos lost to on the road. Again, they just about made the comeback. Bridgewater had them down there, and they had a chance to tie. He threw an interception in the end zone right at the end of the game. So, you know, not a terrible loss. Again, you're going to look at the records of those two teams, and you're going to say, how does a 3-1 team lose to a 1-3 team? But I'm going to be honest with you again. If you go to Three Rivers, I don't care what the record of the Steelers are. If they've got Roethlisberger, they're tough to beat at home. All right, we're roughly set here. A little cockeyed, but we'll be all right. So the plan here is to depart. We'll make a left-hand departure to the northwest, heading climbing out to 8,500. We don't have 60 by the time we hit the terminal area. There, we're going to go ahead and stop on the runway if we have engine problems. If we hit VR 77, if we hit VR, we're going to go ahead and climb, and we will troubleshoot the problem and probably just make a 180 and return, land right back here at Catalina. Catalina traffic, Cirrus 11816, departing runway 4 to be left-hand turnout VFR to the northwest. Catalina traffic. All right, here we go. I should have announced I was entering the runway, but there was nobody out there. Whoa, I was not straight at all. Holy moly. Okay, here we go. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. There's 60. We'll continue. 70 VR. And up we go. It looked like the windsock was actually facing the other way as I was flying by there. Of course, that's the way it goes, right? And look at that departure. Wow, that was beautiful. Hey, Rob is here. Good to see you, Mr. Valkyrie. Happy Sunday, my friend. Happy Catalina Sunday. Alright, so away we go, and we're just going to head along the coast here again. I think it's, what was it, a 295 or so outbound. I'm going to go ahead and probably set. We're a little bit fast right now, honestly. Set the heading mode, and I would like about, that's maybe a little too much. That might work. Get about 90 on the climb out. We'll just try to pitch down here and get it about there. That looks good. So IAS mode set, and autopilot engaged, and away we go. Skull to you as well, Mr. Marcinic. You've got some leaves to take care of. $100 is in it for him. He'd take you up on it, man. I think he had a lot of fun. He went over there. That was at a friend's house. She's got a backyard that gets filled up every fall, and him and his mom went over there, and they had a good time. I do have, by the way, some new sound commands. I should probably get that up right away. So we've got, we added, I think we added three sounds here, 3 sound clips. Plus I got a couple of others, more of the regular types that with a welcome sound from the junior first officer. Was happy to get him in the recording studios to do a little bit of work. He's way behind on that voiceover work. So you'll have to check it out. There's a few. The 3 we added are kind of the 3 that we'll poke a little fun at with people that use the term with you and fish finder and in the box and all that good stuff. But yeah, anyway, we added a few, and then I added a different command for if I forget the map. So you guys will be able to, like I say, have some fun with that. Ooh, Mamma Mia. Catalina. Catalina. What a gorgeous place. I don't think I could afford to even visit probably, but it is certainly a spectacular, wonderful looking place on the sim, without a doubt. Climbing out. Doing good, 94. Up to 8,500. We haven't quite picked up that outbound VOR, although it looks like the needle's just starting to move. And again, the reason why we're doing that is for nothing more than to just make sure that we stay outside of the different airspaces as we're heading up to Santa Barbara.